Hello and welcome to Nintendo Pals Podcast, episode 23. Tonight, we're talking about the Nintendoland theme park footage that was recently released, Breath of the Wild 2 rumors, and how do we feel about Wii U ports? That and more.
So you'll have to, since we can't hear that, you'll have to let us know when it ends.
I guess stop dancing at that point.
Alrighty, well, I am joined tonight for the first ever time we're using a live soundboard, so we'll see how well this works. But I am joined tonight by my Nintendo pal, Micah.
Yep.
And I am Andros, and we are the Nintendo Pals. And we are joined by special guest host, Morgan.
Hello.
Welcome, Morgan, a.k.a. Male in the Discord, or Molly if you pronounce it the right way.
I pronounced it Male for the longest time.
I
don't understand why.
Like a month ago is when I found out. It's literally within the last 3 months.
Yeah,
every single name I've come up with, you guys have been pronouncing it incorrectly, and I'm like, I feel like
you literally
you have challenging
the word "nay" inside of it. I mean, how slay?
Yeah, that's why it's hooked on Pahonics. Got us again.
Pahonics. Oh my goodness. Well, I had Malzer or something like that for what's that one? It's not Fortnite, but it's the one where you hunt monsters.
Yeah, by Epic.
Evolve?
Yeah.
No.
What?
It's not called Evolve.
What? It's not called Evolve.
I don't know.
No.
Monster Hunter?
I should know this.
It's the knockoff Monster Hunter. What's it called?
Oh my goodness. I'll look it up. It's right here. I have it in my system.
My goodness.
Anyways, for that system though, or for that game, I had Malzer as my nickname, and then I tried to transfer it over to Fortnite, and you guys were like, "Oh, hi, Moxer," and we're start saying it all crappy.
Wait, how was it spelled?
There was an X in it. Dauntless.
Yeah,
Dauntless.
Right.
Yes.
I know, but it was a nickname from high school I used with a couple friends, and I thought it was fun, and then I obviously found out that it wasn't as fun as I thought it was.
Maybe it just so weird.
Oh man, it's what's Elon Musk's child's name? What's her name? It's spelled with numbers and stuff.
I'm pretty sure they were told that was illegal or something.
Yeah, I think they changed it.
Were they actually
an
able to do
name.
that? Yeah, but I know it's pronounced Kyle or something. That's what I had heard.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh man.
Well,
thank
you for
a judge. I would shoot that down.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. No matter the name, we're glad to have you here, Morgan.
I'm glad. I'm glad to be here.
So I guess welcome to the Nintendo Pals podcast. This is a weekly now train wreck of a starting episode. We're here talking every week. We record these now. Try to record them every Friday night, and they go live on Mondays. So hopefully Nintendo doesn't drop stuff over the weekend. Traditionally, they have not done that. So I feel like it's a safe time to record and do anything we need to do post, which hopefully isn't much, and then upload on Monday. And this is, I think, this will be our second podcast recording with video available over on YouTube, so definitely go check us out there, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we have to have a certain amount of subscribers before we are able to live stream on YouTube, and so any subscriptions there help us out. Make 10 accounts. No, I'm just kidding, don't do that. Well, with that illegal piece of advice, we're gonna get
flagged for that now.
Let's jump
Integrity right there.
Let's jump over to the Nintendo. No, I'm sorry, I've got this backwards. Let's jump over to what you playing. Alrighty, Micah, do you want to start off today with what you have been playing?
Yep, I played some Smash Bros. With you, actually, and Roger. That went pretty well.
As in, you won like 95% of the matches.
I did lose one of them as Ridley. I keep trying to like Ridley, and I just do terrible every time.
Yeah, that was like my my one good game that time. I beat Micah once, and Micah beat our buddy Roger all the time. So I think what we learned is that I'm better than both, because I won that one time.
Right.
Yeah, or maybe I just
obviously
feel so bad about winning all the time that I just decide to throw my friends some bones every once in a while.
We also had some weird stuff happen in that match where, like, I deflected your down. Was it your down special?
No, that was actually a match that I won, though. But yeah, apparently if you counter Ridley's down B tail stab, it will kill you. I mean, as Ridley, I think I was at like 20%, and it was like I'd been hit by a home run bat.
Yeah, yeah, it was crazy. It was very surprising to me as well.
I was very nervous about that afterwards.
Yeah. Counters. That's Micah's favorite.
I hate counters. I hate counters so much.
Yeah, so
why I like Ganondorf is over B.
After that game, I decided to hop over to YouTube, and I've played Smash Bros. Fairly casually. Never like looked up like, oh, this is how you do different combos with different characters, and I've never really had a set main. There's characters I gravitate towards and play better as, so I decided to make my main Wii Fit Trainer and Ike. Those are going to be my two that I go to, and so I looked up videos on how to play pro as them. I am not really executing those move sets like they do in the videos, but I learned some cool stuff. And I'm excited to get better at those characters.
Why did you choose those two? Do you prefer those ones actually, or are you just like, oh yeah, we'll see if we can perfect?
Yeah, they're my favorite ones to play as usually. I just never considered myself having a main.
Yeah, we usually like just random.
Yeah,
if we get serious every once in a while, we bust out our more main characters. But
yep.
Okay.
Which, for Micah in the day, was Yoshi and Jigglypuff. Currently, I'd say it's Ganondorf, right?
Ganondorf and Yoshi. Depends on who I'm fighting. Yeah. If I need the faster Yoshi, or if I can get away with Ganondorf.
Yeah. That's kind of my philosophy with Ike and Wii Fit Trainer as well. It seems like there are some characters that Ike is just not suited for fighting. Anyways, I have been also playing Smash Bros. And played some online with I was doing duos, and my son Lucas wanted to join, who is very young and was not awesome at Smash Bros. But I was like, you know what, you can play. We'll play, and so we played just random matches online of duos, and we actually won quite a few. A lot of them I carried the team for sure. But there were some times where the rules were like points instead of stocks, and so he would stick around. And let me tell you, he does decently, like better than any other kid his age for sure. He was able to pulled off a final smash and hit both of the people with his final smash. I was like,
that is pretty impressive. Yeah,
that's awesome. He's playing as Mega Man as well. That was pretty impressive. So he had to be right next to them, and he got both of them. That's pretty cool. I'm a proud dad.
They probably were underestimating him. And
if only those other players knew.
Yeah,
who they were playing.
So what else have you been playing, Micah?
Playing some more Hades, getting real close to that final end game, true ending stuff.
How many times have you beat it now?
A lot. Like
a lot.
Like 45 times.
My word.
Yeah, I beat it a few times and cool stuff happened, and then it seemed like I had to beat it a lot more for other cool things to happen. So I don't know what I'd been doing wrong. Probably just wasn't friendly enough with everyone yet. Giving all my nectars to the wrong people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's pretty exciting.
It'll be nice when you can finally say you've beat it. I
Yeah,
hope they come out with some DLC for that game, because I think some like more dungeons to go through of some kind would be cool.
Yeah, or even just like a new weapon could change your playstyle so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've said it on the show before, but I think he should have to fight his way up to the top of Olympus or something, and there's like different levels that you have to go through.
Knows.
That'd be pretty cool.
I mean, spoiler alert.
I know it's been
now
out.
I know that doesn't happen. Apparently.
Oh, well, I don't know.
spoiler
Maybe
alert
it
for
does
me too.
happen. I haven't gotten that far.
I was gonna say, don't spoil anything. I know it's been out for a while, but I kind of gave up for a little bit at like 17 run-throughs and still not being able to make it to, I don't know, past the Tartarus boss. I'm rather flummoxed. I don't know.
I don't remember their
what to do.
names.
Is that the one with the two?
Yeah, the Minotaur.
Yeah, it's like the Rock and Medusa
I
or
beat
whatever.
them once. No, twice.
Wait, there's more past them?
Oh,
Is there more
Wait,
past
Rock and Medusa? That's a half boss thing.
Oh no, I haven't made it past them. Ugh.
It's okay.
Oh,
I
no,
haven't
I have.
beat it
I
yet.
just haven't.
I haven't beat it yet either. I'm not like
Man.
I'm like 30 runs in. I also have taken kind of a break from it. I've been playing a lot of other stuff, so
You gotta
It's a
unlock
fun
the
game,
rail.
though. I really like it.
yeah, it's really good. It lives up to its hype for sure.
It does.
I mean,
It does.
if you're
I
not
agree.
into roguelikes,
Well-
it might not change it, but it could, because it's very story driven, which most roguelikes don't do as well as Hades does.
I actually
Yeah,
feel like
I really enjoy games that have a good story.
it lives just under its hype. I feel like it got. I mean, it is a very good game, and I really enjoy it. But I feel like it's been hyped a little too much. Of course, I kind of feel that about almost every game that gets hyped a bunch. So, yeah. And besides that, I've played a couple rounds of Fortnite, trying out that Mando's Bounty. That mode's pretty fun. Yeah, they upped how dangerous Mando is in that game mode. He like comes out and hunts the people with the most points, and he is very scary.
He is super scary. Yeah.
Chased me into a basement like 3 floors down in this house, and I was trying to hide real bad because I had like 30 health, and he was not letting up at all. Came in and killed me.
Yeah, he
And then-
lasers. When you say like, "Oh, I got lasered by that guy," no, that's Mando lasering, literally with a laser. You're just dead, like just gone.
Yeah,
I haven't tried that mode yet, but I would imagine
Man.
if Micah's dying, then I would probably not survive.
You just can't
At
be
all.
in
It's
first
pretty
place.
fun.
You just can't be in
Yeah.
first place.
Oh,
If you're in
don't
first
be.
Then I'll
place,
probably be just fine.
then he
Run.
hunts you, and if you shoot him, he will also turn it.
yeah, Also, don't
You're
shoot him
dead.
too much. Although I'm not quite sure how
Does he-
the mechanics work, but I think if he kills someone, he like takes their bounty points or something. So you can get a lot of points for killing him. But I don't quote me on that. I don't really know how it works.
So I defeated him twice in a match that I played earlier today, and I got
In a single match, he comes back.
yeah, he comes back after
Oh,
you
yeah.
defeat him, and
Yeah.
Oh, no, what?
and I got 2 of his snipers. Which was
Nice.
awesome,
Were you just
'cause-
swapping to shoot real fast?
Yes, I was. I was like, this person. I sniped at him, and then they turned to shoot at me. I'm like, I have another one.
Joke's on you.
And then I
That's
missed with
hilarious.
that one, so
That's
I
funny.
died.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah.
unfortunate. Yeah, I'd be so upset if that happened to me. Like, what the crap just happened?
After
Yeah. Anything else?
Oh yeah, of course, Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door. Just got back into that. I think I'm up to like chapter 3 now. I'm playing maybe a little too much at times, but it is just as good as I remembered. Potentially the greatest game I've ever played. So if
Really?
you haven't played this game before, you should feel pretty sad about that.
I do feel pretty sad about it. It's still my top of my wish list. Anybody has a copy that wants to send me one? Oh, it looks like we lost Morgan out of the call. She'll be back though.
If someone sends you a copy, can you even play it?
Yeah, could someone send me a GameCube and then send me a copy of that game? Welcome back, Morgan.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, maybe after I beat it, might take a gander at some of my other old GameCube games. Except I don't want to ship you my GameCube. That's too much effort.
Can you ship me your Wii? Do you still have your Wii?
I mean, that's also too much effort. It's about the same amount of effort.
It's a little flatter. Might fit in a box better.
Yeah,
And
But
the game
crunched easier.
you don't
the GameCube
need.
is literally a cube, so I feel like that would fit in a box the best.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking those like flat rate boxes that you send.
Maybe we'll just send it in an envelope. It's one of those padded ones with bubble wrap.
Yeah,
That should be
a lot
just fine,
of
yeah.
trust. They're Nintendos. They're indestructible. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, our GameCube has been like chucked across the room before. I mean, it actually did
By
stop
who?
working, and we got a new one. But it stopped reading discs. But it survived a lot of abuse.
Yeah.
I mean, the handle
Yeah.
is just so good for just like swinging that around and chucking it. So it's like a dual-purpose
Were you
console.
the one that chucked it? Like, seriously,
I
who
was
did that?
not the one that chucked it. I potentially chucked it at some point in my life, actually. I was pretty young-ish. But
Yeah, I do. I need to get my hands on a copy of that game and play it. I for sure will, because I have really wanted to play it. I am a big fan of the series, and that's the like best one. So yeah,
I don't actually know what game you're talking about.
Paper
Paper
Mario, Thousand Year Door.
Color Splash.
okay. Okay, cool.
Now, Color Splash,
No.
I am getting, or should I say, my son is getting, because my mother-in-law is gifting us their Wii U and games and all the gear for it.
It's,
I'm very excited for that. I'll probably share on the Discord, because I think she sent us a picture of all the stuff that it will come with. But Paper Mario Color Splash is one of those things. I'm not exactly
Nice.
excited, but it's there.
might as well try it.
I have tried it. That's why I'm not excited about
Pretty
it.
much all I've played. Oh,
I played quite a bit of,
I guess
of the game. Like I'd say I went in like 5 or 6 hours, and I was just like, this is terrible. I just did not like it that much. So it's not fun.
so you
It
just
is not fun.
stopped?
Yeah, so I just stopped. Really, it is well written. I wouldn't say as good as Origami King, but the mechanics legitimately made me like not want to play. I was just like, this is not fun.
Oh.
It's not fun. The battles are just not enjoyable.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. Thousand Year Door has some of those great dialogue things, just like Origami King. There's like, at one point, there's a lady thief mouse. And I don't even remember what she's saying, but one of my companions that I had was like, wow, she's so bold. Is that even legal? And I don't know why, it just really caught me off guard. I laughed so hard. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can be as bold as you want, but it depends on what you're being bold doing. But yeah, that game still cracks me up. Although I also don't have the most mature sense of humor, I would say. So who knows?
It's all good, man. We accept all forms of immature humor.
Most
most
forms
yeah,
of
not
immature
most,
yeah.
humor.
most forms, yeah. I've only had to censor Micah on the show once, and it was when
And that
he-
was
Uh-oh.
not humor related.
It was not. He wasn't swearing. He was spoiling a big
Well, so-
Christmas surprise.
Oh, I was like, what did he do? Like, what do you?
Yeah,
have
it
to
was
censor
pretty
Micah
bad.
about?
I like didn't even like realize that first. So I said, but just Andrew's reaction, just it was like maybe like go back and like think about what I just said. I'm like, oh no, but yeah, it was all good though. He bleeped me out with some nice coin effects.
Yeah, we're good. I should put that in onto the soundboard.
Yeah.
Hopefully catch it beforehand. Ah! Just like slamming it.
Yeah. And I guess besides that, I did play some SNES Online, the Panel de Pon. I can't remember exactly what it's called. Yeah. Andrew got me into that earlier today, actually.
Yeah, I messaged him. We'll transition. I'll talk about my playthrough of it because I played from the beginning, and Micah played it in the middle because you can use codes to skip to a different level, which I didn't know until I knew because it was like, here's a code, but I didn't know where to enter it in because the game is still in Japanese.
Yeah.
So
except for like 3 different parts where they're like, there's one time I saw it say "okay" when you hit a button. I'm like, wow, yeah, that's real helpful. I don't know what I'm okaying.
Well, in between the levels, there's like dialogue with the characters talking, and I'm like, I wonder what I'm doing here. I have no idea. There's some story. I'll have to look that up. We'll see if there's like what the actual story to Panel de Pon is. Yeah. But it was, so I really enjoy that game. I have played the single player like free play, which is in English to be able to get to that. It's like 1 player and then says free play or versus. So I could get to that.
Yeah.
But I was like, I wonder if there's more modes because they had all those extra modes at the bottom that were just in Japanese. So I clicked on the top one and come to find out it is a like story mode. I'm not gonna say story because
campaign maybe.
A campaign.
Yeah, we don't really know if there is a story because everything's in Japanese.
Right. With the campaign,
just because you're ignorant of the language doesn't mean it's not story mode.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
You play through worlds with different levels. So there's 6 in total, I believe, and 5 levels on each world. And it started out just so slow, and I didn't know about if you hit the top left or right bumper, it speeds up the up of things. So I was just sitting there on levels. I was like, man, this is slow, but it has to get more difficult. And so I suffered through World 1, got to World 2, and it started picking up pace. And World 3 was good. World 4 was where I was like, okay, this is starting to get challenging. And that's where I said, Micah, you should just start on World 4 and gave him the code to get.
Which I greatly appreciated because I also played through the first world. And I was like, wow, this game, like, you used to play the single player. It gets really difficult. And I was starting to second guess Andrew's skill level.
Yeah, I realized after I said that to you, I was like, oh, dang it. He's probably starting on 1-1 since he found the mode himself. And that's going to just not be fun. I suffered.
Yeah, it really picked up.
Yeah, and it is dang challenging for World 5 and World 6. That's where I started to die a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's fun. I definitely recommend it. It's on SNES Online, Panel de Pon. It's the first option that is not in English in the single player mode. And then if you click on that, then there's options. The second option should take you to an enter code. Yeah, input code menu, and the codes are all online. So just look it up and go to where.
You can look up like a guide to how to get where you want to go.
Yeah,
which is what I ended up doing to figure out where to put in the code.
Yeah, it works pretty good. That's a fun game. I'm glad you got into it and you beat it, right?
It was like you challenged me, and it just awoke my competitive side, which can sometimes be quite strong.
I didn't realize that. Otherwise, I would have been trying as well. I wasn't competing. I was just saying, hey, you should try this.
Oh, too late. I made sure to beat it before you.
Yeah. Well, we'll have another. We'll do this
after
again.
You challenged me.
We'll do this again with another game. We'll challenge each other to like who can beat
Smash
it first.
Tennis.
Oh God, I'm not. Yeah, I give up on that one before we even start. Thank you.
Smash Tennis was actually great. I played that multiple times. I actually went back to that game.
I liked playing the multiplayer.
Really?
It was fun.
I mean, to be fair, it's not that great. But, I mean, for what it is, I mean, I enjoyed it a lot more than I expected to. Considering I'd never heard of Smash Tennis.
How much was it when it first came out?
Probably like $1,000.
The reason I ask is because Eli and I haven't tried it, and probably didn't ever because the price and just the fact that it was Mario Tennis.
Oh no,
Kinda-
we're not talking
No,
about
not
Mario
Mario.
Tennis
Mar-
Aces. We're talking about Smash Tennis on
Oh,
SNES Online.
Yeah,
Oh, my bad. Yeah, no, I haven't tried that either. I
I
have it.
I mean-
I
but-
haven't tried
Con-
Mario Tennis either on the Switch. I don't know.
But considering how much I enjoyed Smash Tennis, I probably would enjoy Mario Tennis.
Yeah, I'm thinking
I mean-
you probably would.
I can't
unless
imagine
the mechanics are
it's-
terrible.
Yeah, well, I can't imagine the mechanics are more terrible. I mean, they weren't terrible in Smash Tennis, but I mean,
I can't imagine
it
they're
is what
that
it is.
bad.
It's like the first tennis game ever made. I don't know if that's even remotely accurate, but it's real old.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So beyond that, also while we're talking SNES Online, I played through and beat in one sitting Super Mario World. I still got it, guys.
Wow.
That's like my favorite game of all time. Well, it's up there, up with.
Yeah,
my
I've
favorites.
Wait,
heard
is
you
this the one
say-
that you like can speed run through?
It's one
Yeah, the world-
I can speed run through, but not on like a competitive scale.
Yeah, and the world record's like 37 seconds or something.
Yeah, well,
What?
I was
I
doing.
actually
Weird.
don't know. Don't quote me on
it
that at all.
actually is 45 seconds, I believe. Speed run
Man.
record. That's for the any percent, which is just get to the end
Don't
credits.
they just glitch their way
yeah.
straight through?
I was doing a run.
Essentially, write code
in the
in-game.
speedrunning community is called 11 exit. So you go through 11 levels to get to the end. That's the route the fastest route to the end I took as a kid on several occasions. So it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that game. And a couple of weeks ago, and I might have mentioned this on the last episode of the podcast, beat Super Mario Bros., like the original one for NES, in one sitting. And both of those games took less than half an hour for me. I think Super Mario World took like 25-ish minutes, and Super Mario Bros. Took like 20 minutes.
See, I thought
Nice.
I was a gamer all growing up. I mean, like a gamer, like closet gamer, all growing up. And then when I got married and we gained more friends and stuff, I realized that I'm really comparatively not a gamer. I was like, oh yeah, I played Sword of Mana, I played Secret Mana, I played like all the Fire Emblem stuff.
I didn't play any of
but
those.
No,
Yeah.
I was well, I never could go anywhere with any of the Mario games, the early ones anyways. I was terrible at them, so I gave up very quickly. I had opportunities at my grandma's house because my uncle, who is a young uncle, he left his NES and his SNES at grandma's place. And so we'd go there to play games on Sunday, whenever we'd go out for dinner and stuff. And I would try and I'd try and I just would die and I would get nowhere. I was also young, but still, like, I don't know. It was just the worst. So I always thought I am terrible at them, so I'm not even going to fight
You're
that.
just not a platformer gamer. Because
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Played through all those Mana games, and you also did Final Fantasy, and
Not much of Final Fantasy. I never actually finished number 3. I love it, but I never finished it. And we own
What
it again.
about-
I just need to go through and do it.
What about Final Fantasy VII?
I did not like the original. My husband made me play it, or
Wow.
start it anyways, and I just, oh man, it was really hard for me.
do you like
It
the
was
remake?
a good story.
You guys have
Huh?
the remake, don't you? You guys like the remake?
We do. Yeah, I have not finished the remake either though, because I saw too many clips of when Eli was playing it, and so it kind of spoiled some things for me. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go play it, and I just never have gone to finish it. So that tends to happen in our house. One of us will be playing the game, and then the other person won't because they'll see too many clips, and they'll kind of be like, no, I already had that spoiled, so I don't want to do it at this moment. So I'll have to
There's
go
not
back
much of a drive to know what's going to happen next.
because you already do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else have I been playing? I played some Fortnite, like Mike had mentioned earlier. Played with him and played the new Mando's Bounty mode. We also played some Rocket League,
Yeah. That.
and that was a good time. And I have continued to play The Pillar Puzzle Escape, and I am very close to the end of that game, and excited about that. And I also did a review gameplay of a game called Elliot, and I got a code from the Nintendo dads to do for their YouTube channel. And the reason I'm not going to bring all of those up that I do, but the reason I bring this one up is because I did the review and was really proud of how I edited it. I have this whole death montage at the end where on one level I die like 15 times. And it's just each of those clips, and my face. I'm watching it in post. I'm not doctoring it up for the video. I'm just reacting the way I react. Like, that's just kind of how I record those. And I was just the last death where I gave up on the level essentially. Well, I just was like so upset. It was pretty funny. So definitely check that out.
If you weren't already planning on it, you should include the link or whatever, or where to go find that.
Yeah, I'll put a link to that in the description of the podcast.
Cool.
Games like that just need to include their own death montages on levels.
They do.
I think that'd be great.
Like a Celeste, instant
I would say
death
in
cam.
Celeste, it'd be like on the last level or whatever, it'd be like 4 hours long. And that's so many times. I'm pretty sure I've died on that level like 3 times.
I'm pretty sure Super Meat Boy does that. It shows
really?
It shows like all of your runs at once, and you just see meat all because it's very gory, but not because you're a piece of meat. So yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, more games need to do that, especially those real difficult platformers like that.
I like games with an instant replay of like the death cam. I think they've done it for several like Call of Duty type games.
Oh yeah, they've had the death cam for a while,
where you see your how you died in like an interesting like cinematic way. I think that's cool. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, so that's what I've been playing. I'm sure I'm missing stuff, but that's been the bulk of it. Morgan, what have you been playing?
Actually, I restarted Animal Crossing. I deleted my old island that I'd put so many hours into. Actually, how many hours did I put in? Like 300 plus, I think. And I went in and I
300?
deleted it. Let me double check. I'm pulling it up right now. I put in and since restarting, I've only put in like maybe 5 hours, if that. Yeah, no, I put over 370 hours into Animal Crossing before I reset it.
Wow,
and
that's great. I mean,
it's
don't feel sad, because there's quite a few people in the Discord that have put in far more time than that. And it's a game that you can do that with, and I think it's just a testament to how successful it is.
That's true. That is true. It's just a little bit sad thinking, oh man, like I was just gonna make this island a paradise, and then I got to this point where it just felt very stagnant and very, I don't want to go and fix all of this, and I don't like the way it looks, and I don't even want to go into the game because how silly is that? It's supposed to be a relaxing game, but I just felt like so stressed about making this relaxing game and gross. Perfect.
Yeah, try sharing your island with your toddler. That's
Oh my goodness, yeah. Do you still have your original island?
Yeah, I do. I have fallen way off the Animal Crossing play. I don't think I've logged in for well over a month, 2 months now.
Yeah. But other than Animal Crossing, which has it's been fun to restart it. I haven't been doing a lot of exploration with the newer stuff lately. I've been doing like Fallout Shelter. I've put in quite a few hours lately, and I've been doing a little bit of Fortnite. Other than that, I haven't really been gaming much. Mostly reading books to start out the new year, I guess. I know, who reads anymore?
Wow, yeah. Depends where you're reading Rhythm of War.
No, I was reading
Edge
It was
Dancer?
another Brandon Sanderson.
Dawn Shard?
No, it was
It was
Skyward. No, Starsight.
Yeah,
Starsight.
sequel to
Pretty
Skyward.
good.
The second one. Man, so good. I would recommend if this were like a book recommendation podcast, I'd be like, guys, let's talk about this.
Yeah. I think you will really appreciate the ending.
Of what?
She already finished it.
Oh, you already finished?
I finished. Yeah, Skyward and Starsight. Yeah, I finished both of them. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I really did like the ending of it, but I'm not going to talk about it here.
Yeah, it is an exciting ending. Just
Yeah,
made me
it's cool.
really want the next book.
It's supposed to come out in like April or something, isn't it? Unless you updated the release date, November.
Oh, it's
maybe?
another. Wait, that didn't end on that one.
No, it's supposed to be 4.
Literally, none of his books actually end. I don't know if you knew that.
I
Ever.
don't know.
They never end.
All the ones that I thought were over, he's like, psych, I'm actually planning on coming back to these in like 15 years after I wrote them.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah.
I mean, but that did give us Wax and Wane for the
Yeah.
what's
Mistborn?
Mistborn, which might be my favorite Brandon Sanderson books. I don't know. Way of Kings is up there though. Anyways, we're gonna get
we're not
sucking us. You're sucking us into a
new channel for this.
Yeah, you're sucking us into an alternate podcast, Book Pals.
Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah, or Sander Pals.
Book Bros.
Book Bros.
Book Bros. There you go.
Maybe we just need to make that a Discord thing. That would certainly. We have a lot of people that are fans, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should at him on this. You should Brandon Sanderson.
Brandon Sanderson, please come on to the Nintendo Pals podcast.
Yeah.
We would love to
talk to us about Bowser's Fury.
No. Yeah. He does Magic the Gathering.
He does. Yeah.
I believe he's also a big fan of Dark Souls.
He seems like a guy that played Ocarina of Time to completion, 100%. He seems like that kind of guy.
Is there a type for that?
Is there a type for that?
Yeah.
Just anybody that's cool.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I guess I am excluded from that.
You have to play that
be
one.
in Ocarina of Time?
Hopefully it comes out on the Switch this year, and you could get an opportunity to play a remaster of it.
Ocarina of Time, is that the one where you... See, I only played the beginning of the one I'm thinking.
It's on the
Majora's
Nintendo 64, and
you aren't thinking the one with the giant moon?
No.
Okay.
There's the log that you can go through. Oh, yes, I was a little.
So it has evil eyes.
Yeah, you're thinking the right one with the tree dungeon. And
there's spiders that drop down and they spin backwards and stuff, and you have to hit them. With
I mean that's pretty common to every game in Zelda, but sure. Wait, were there?
That's true. We need those spiders in Breath of the Wild.
There weren't in Breath of the Wild.
It could be a DLC. It could be in DLC.
No, it's gonna be in the sequel.
I'm just hoping Breath of the Wild 2.
The next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
I mean, catacombs have to have spiders.
Let's we're gonna be talking about Breath of the Wild 2 later in the show. So let's move to the next segment of our show. Which, well, actually, Morgan, let me give you a chance. Did you have anything else you wanted to highlight that you've been playing? Well,
no, I need to hop back in.
Fine.
So go ahead.
That's what we've been playing. We've all been playing lots of stuff. Oh, I gotta mention again. Since this is becoming a recurring thing, been playing the Wii. My son is still loving the Wii. Played some Mario Party.
Hilarious to watch him.
Mario Party 8. Played 2 matches today of Mario Party 8.
Huh?
And let me tell you, they've got fantastic maps in that need to come back. Koopa Tycoon, which is like Monopoly kind of. To get stars, you invest coins at hotels, and whoever has the most money invested into the hotel gets all the stars. And if the money hits certain points, it's worth more stars. Does that make sense? Yeah. So if we all pitched in 10 coins apiece, it would go from being a 1-star hotel to a 2-star hotel because it had more than 20 coins. And whoever had the most money invested into it would get all of those. And so Lucas and I were playing as a team against some computers. And man, that was so fun. Had a blast. But then we played another match, and that map was terrible. so it was hit and miss, Anyways, with that great ending to the what you've been playing and what we've all been playing, let's move over to the Nintendo news. And in today's Nintendo news, we have several things to talk about. First off, we've got Apex Legends coming to Switch this coming March 9th. And that came after several leaks and people getting very excited for it coming to the Switch at the start of the season, which was this last week, and it did not. Funnily enough, PowerA released a controller for the game at the launch of the season, so you can get a Switch controller with Apex, but you can't actually play Apex on the Switch yet.
I gotta hook it up to your computer.
Funny.
You could still play with Apex using it.
That's true. That's true. It's just funny. I think that they were going to launch on that day originally, and just that
got delayed.
They needed to delay it again, and yeah.
Well, do you think that there's going to be some people transitioning from Fortnite to Apex now that it's on the Switch?
Yeah, so
Or
there's
coming to
some
Switch?
tinfoil hat stuff going on here because it is coming out at right before the start of the new Fortnite season. So I think they're maybe trying to siphon off some of the user base. Be like, hey, we've got our battle pass first. And
Or would that weaken them, actually? Like, I'm wondering, like, how many people are going to just stop Apex if the new season starts, like, right after that, you know?
I don't think they're mutually exclusive. I mean, they're both battle royale games, and shooters, but they're both different enough, I think.
Is
First
Apex
and third
Legends
person.
free to play?
Yeah. I don't
I
know
think
if
so.
it will be on Switch. I'm assuming so. But yeah, and they're very different. You got like all your different characters in Apex with your different abilities. And you got building in Fortnite. As far as shooters go that are battle royale, they're very different in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
Maybe I should try Apex since I'm so bad at building. I'm terrible at building.
Yeah,
Maybe
building's
that's my
not for
strength.
everyone.
It'll be an
It's
Apex
not
string.
if you-
It'll be an Apex mashing the build a wall button.
And yeah, as long as
Where is the wall?
yeah, it'll probably be my first like instinct when I'm getting shot at now. Try
Yeah.
to build something.
In
I
real
think
life.
it is in other games I play. Like, I try to build stuff. I'm like, oh, wait. I can't do that. Guess I'm dead now. So,
Oh, Mike is talking about real life. Someone's shooting at him. He's like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's-
he's like looking for some wood planks.
I quickly pull out a piece of paper and pencil.
Yeah, you're
blueprints.
running around with blueprints.
oh,
Man.
sorry. I keep getting excited. I'm dropping my phone.
But yeah, so I feel like they're. I don't think they'll steal too much from each other. I mean, maybe people will play less of one to play some of the other, but I don't think people just cold turkey out
Well,
for the other.
You're
some
probably right.
technical points to hit on here. The battle pass will come with the first 30 levels for Apex Legend to make up for the fact that it's mid-season. So there's that. And there is not cross-save functionality. That's another reason they have that. So if you're playing on
It's
the
a
computer...
big bummer.
Yeah, if you're playing on the computer and you wanted to switch to playing on the Switch exclusively, no go. Or if you're playing on Xbox or whatever. And that's a thing
Are
for
they thinking of bringing that soon?
That's a thing for it
Or later?
everywhere.
Huh?
They don't have cross functionality between PlayStation, Xbox, or PC currently.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, I would hope they would add that at some point, but
Yeah.
But they also
Who
were
knows?
supposed to put this on Switch last year, so I'm not holding my breath on timing. Anyways, that's
Yeah.
something to look forward to. And then let's talk a little bit about the Nintendo Land footage that was released. So, before getting delayed indefinitely for opening in Japan, they did do a preview of the park for special guests, and I don't know who got invited to this. There seemed to be a lot of people there in the footage that the guy shared. That is, gosh, I forgot the YouTube channel name. I'll link to it in the description, but it's like Universal Parks News Today, I think.
news today. Yeah, that sounds right.
And yeah, so he was one of the people that got to go and preview the park.
That's
And,
neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And it seemed like there were a lot of people there. I want to know about this list and how to get onto it, I will.
For real.
I will do what it takes to get onto these preview lists.
Was he an American? Because during all the COVID stuff, could he travel over there?
I'm not sure. He spoke English, but he also spoke Japanese a little bit. And so one of the videos, most of his videos are from, they're from first person perspective. You don't see him. He doesn't talk. So maybe yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it worked. But he got to go preview it. And so we got a sneak peek of the rides and a lot of merchandise. And several influencers and advertisers and media outlets covered this stuff at length. And since the park was going to open, their embargo to hold their content back expired. So they put it out even though the park is delayed. So with that, it looks like we lost Morgan again.
No, I'm sorry. I just video for a second.
Okay. With that, there's some pretty cool stuff. Micah and I both watched the run through of the ride, and I don't know. You want to talk about it?
Yeah. The AR aspect of it didn't necessarily seem the best, but looked like he's also just recording through. I'm assuming they give you some sort of glasses or something. So he's like trying to record through the glasses. I don't know if that was affecting things. But yeah, it did look a little janky there.
Yeah, but beyond that, it was the ride itself is extremely slow. Like it's the AR is really is like the main attraction of the Mario Kart ride. Because if you don't have the goggles on and you're just driving around, it's like driving super slow through a Mario track, like at like 5cc. But yeah, that's that one. They also had a Yoshi ride, which it was definitely geared more towards kids, but that also looked cool. I do have to shout out that they put Captain Toad, like had a full Captain Toad section on that with his theme song playing and everything. He's like there with all these baby Yoshis, and they had the Yoshi that turns into like a blimp that flies. Had that. Yeah, it's cool stuff. And then the merchandising, like, so cool. They have full mushroom cups, so like the mushroom power up has that is the lid, and you screw it off and then pull out the like bottom like face part, and it's like a full cup in there. And so it's a drink, and they have all of these like different containers and little toys and gadgets. So pretty much, if you're planning on going to this park, like at some point I would like to go to a Nintendo Land park, hoping when it comes to the US, in 2080 or whenever finally it gets opened up here.
Oh my word, I hope it doesn't take that long.
Save up lots of money to spend on souvenirs, because there's some cool stuff. I'm like, I'm going to have to bring an extra $1,000 just for that. Because it's going to be
expect to pay extra for luggage.
Yeah. I'm not going to bring luggage. I'm just going to wear one outfit the whole time. All these suitcases.
Well, you got to have some sort of suitcase for your money.
A card, man. Yeah. So, yeah, that's Nintendo Land. I'm excited for it. It looks really cool. Honestly,
just the atmosphere of it seems really cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's really well put together.
And they hid Pikmin throughout the park. That was pretty cool. So you can see little Pikmin. I don't know why they did that, because they could have done a bazillion other Nintendo characters, but they decided to put in little Pikmin.
Pikmin just fit too well for that, I think.
Yeah.
Hidden places.
Yeah.
All the vegetation and stuff.
Miyamoto's like, can you put my little Pikmin buddies in? He slipped them in there. He likes Pikmin. Favoritism. Yeah.
Can we get some Metroid Prime favoritism going on here?
Knew you had to do a plug in there, didn't you, Micah?
Optimus Prime at least once an episode. It's in my contract.
It's
It's true. Yes. Yeah, so that's Nintendo Land. I will say the rides looked a little lackluster. I was expecting at least one more high thrill ride, but there's
A little
not.
more roller coaster like.
It's definitely geared more towards.
Do they not have any roller coasters at all? Really?
Not for the Mario portion, no. Maybe they will in the US one, which is supposed to be bigger, I believe. So
Throwing some Star
Oh,
Fox.
there is supposed to be a US one.
F-Zero.
I thought you said there wasn't.
it's been
It got delayed.
Yeah, it's been delayed.
Indefinitely, I think
Indefinitely.
they said, but
Oh, I see. I thought you were talking about the one in Japan had been delayed indefinitely. So this
So
makes more sense
so
now.
that one's been delayed to open indefinitely, and the one to be built here has been delayed indefinitely.
yeah. So once all this COVID craziness ends at some point, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So the rides were lackluster, but there is like a cool like Bowser fight activity that you can do. You go around the park and collect different keys, and then you get to do. Did you guys ever play those games where a camera is pointing at you and you move your arms and it interacts with like what's on screen? Kind of an AR.
You mean like Dance Dance Revolution, sort of?
No.
I've never played Dance Dance Rose. Xbox Connect.
Yes, it's very Connect like. Very Connect like. You play. You
I've
have a
played
shadow on the
Ping
wall.
pong once.
You have a shadow on the wall, and you are swatting bombs away that Bowser Jr. is throwing at you, and you have to duck to avoid getting hit by bullet bills, and then punch blocks to get power-ups. And then once you get a fire flower, you throw fireballs at Bowser, and you work cooperatively with everybody else that's playing at the same time as you to defeat Bowser Jr. And that looked more fun and engaging than the rides to me, honestly. But you know, maybe that's just because of how rides don't translate well to film typically.
Yeah.
So
What they need
That's
is
true.
like
That
a
is true.
Mario obstacle course.
they do have like a
Like
little
run
like
through
walk
that.
through tunnel area. So
Maybe that counts.
it's not really an obstacle. You could run fast, I guess.
Yeah. And I do believe they have lots
Make
of
sound effects. Boing!
crazy lights happening, so that might be a danger to some people.
Yeah.
You know? I don't think they're not getting too crazy with the lights.
So then I guess all that we so while we're on the topic of Mario, let's talk about coming out this Friday. We've got Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury for the Switch. I'm excited. Got my pre-order. We'll be picking that up. And if you pre-ordered through GameStop, like I did, you will get a double-sided poster, one with the Bowser's Fury artwork on one side and the characters with Plessy, the
Nessie.
the
Ish creature.
the Loch Ness dinosaur creature that you can ride on. And I'm excited for that. I really want that poster to hang on my Mario wall. And yeah, when I saw that, I was like, well, I guess I'm pre-ordering through GameStop. But if you pre-order through Target, you could get a Mario 3D World water bottle.
Sounds pretty cool. I have
Honestly,
heard about
that
that, but I
one
haven't
would be more
looked at it
tempting
yet.
for me.
I mean, the poster
Yeah, I
is
guess
real
I should look
cool.
before it's more tempting.
Yeah, did you see the cover art for Bowser's Fury, though? With the giant Bowser and Mario looking up at him? It's very cool.
Yeah, it's some real good.
It's like...
It's a real
some of
cool
their-
looking poster.
Yeah, it's some of their best promo art they've ever done, in my opinion, for Nintendo stuff. Like up there with like the Breath of the Wild promo art, which I think didn't you get a shirt of, Morgan? You got one for Mifa.
I do. I'm not wearing it right now. Yeah, I have one with Mifa. I just wasn't a big fan of the huge Breath of the Wild or Zelda Breath of the Wild in the middle of it. I would prefer something more subtle. If it was just Mifa, I'd be cool with it. But I had an issue with the huge logo all over the shirt, So, but yeah.
Yeah, I really like the artwork for Breath of the Wild, like the painterly look that they.
It really is beautiful. Yeah.
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 The Bowser's Fury, I think, is up there in quality with that. Which is funny because the 3D World artwork isn't. It looks good. It looks good, but it's not like
What?
mind blowing promo art. Anyway, those two things are available if you pre-order the game through those two spots, and I'm sure if you live outside of the United States, you got a way cooler pre-order bonus, like a tin with a metal case. Yeah, cool stuff.
Or something.
And we get a keychain.
Yeah.
It's like that's
if we're lucky.
Yeah, if we're lucky. Anyways, you guys picking this game up?
Typically, Eli is the one who pre-orders in our family, honestly. So I'll have to ask him about it. I have no qualms with it personally, but I'll have to check with him.
How about you, Micah?
What about you, Micah?
Probably will at some point. I might save it as a reward to myself when I finally get an internship so I can graduate. And also, if I have an internship, I should be making some money because I'm super broke. So at some point, I definitely will be picking it up.
I'm picking this one up day one. I'm excited for it. I'm excited. Even though, funny enough, with the WiiU collection we're getting from my mother-in-law, I will be getting the original game. Yeah. I'm like, well,
you gotta get that Bowser's Fury. It's all for that poster, though. In reality,
it's all for the poster and the pin set, man.
I mean, just resell the game to someone. You probably get practically full price.
The WiiU version?
Oh no, the new one, just for the poster.
Yeah, but the Switch one is better. It has more content and has the online play. So,
and you also move faster.
Oh yes, it's more difficult because they've
upped movement speed and things.
Yeah,
which should make some spots more difficult and probably some spots a little easier. Depends on if you can handle the speed, I guess.
Well, that about does it for news. Other than if you are another pre-order bonus, well, if you're ordering things digitally. Select digital purchases of first-party Nintendo games will be double gold points this month till the 28th, I believe. So,
yeah, I think it's like an extra $3 worth in gold points or something.
Yep.
For most games, at least.
Which is nice little.
So,
it's a nice little indie game. You could get like 3 games for $1 a piece.
Yeah, I mean, if you buy all of the games this is offered for, you could buy one semi-expensive game.
True.
I think you get like $30 or something.
Buy 9,
about
get
10 or
1
something
free.
on sale. I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So with that,
I mean, it actually sounds really terrible when you put it that way.
Yeah, it does. That sounds real bad, actually. With that, I guess we will move out of the land of news and into the realm of rumor with the rumor mill. I like that sound effect for the rumor mill. I use the me channel. Like if you like highlight on the me channel on the 3DS.
Yeah, I bet it sounds real cool.
Yeah.
The rest of us actually can't hear them.
Yeah, I guess for clarification for those listening, the soundboard only works for me currently. I have to figure out how to funnel it into the call, but at least it's working.
Speaking of sound, sorry, I have to switch my headset on my phone to plug-in because my phone is dying. So I'm just going to
rookie mistake. Not charging it all the way at the start.
That happens to Micah literally every episode. So
every time we end, I'm at like 3%.
Right now my phone's at 4, but I started at 70, so it drained it pretty quick. So,
well, let's talk about the rumor of a possible leak for the time frame of Breath of the Wild 2 being released. And this comes from an Austrian retailer that put out the game as being released in the early part of second quarter, which should be the April. Second quarter for game zone is the April to June timeframe.
Why haven't we heard anything else about this? Why would some Austrian guy have info about it before?
Yeah, some Austrian retailer. Yeah, who knows? It's a rumor.
Yeah, I don't believe it. Retailers are never
doesn't-
right in these releases,
But
but I hope they're right.
there have been a lot of rumors circulating around of a Super Switch, the Switch Pro coming in the second quarter as well. I don't know how accurate that is either, because we just had the news of Monster Hunter, the Monster Hunter Custom Switch, and the Mario Anniversary Switch.
Well, and didn't they say that Nintendo said? Nintendo said that's not happening anytime soon. If it is happening, like we don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've said things like that in the past, and then they did those things.
Yeah, that's true.
Like what? Give an example of that. Like what?
They said they weren't working on another 3DS model, and then, like, I think 2 weeks later, the 2DS came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, something crazy like that.
There you go.
And they also, I feel like they denied that they were making the Wii U.
I can't remember if it was the Wii U or if it was the Switch at first. When they're like, "No, we're not making we're not going to be releasing our next console super soon, or that soon." And then, like 3 months later, they're like, "Guess what? We'll be having a console coming out this year," or something like that.
Why do they do that then? What's the logistical reason, I guess, for choosing to be like, no, we're not actually doing that?
They wanted people to keep buying their other systems.
Yeah, I mean, in this case, that would actually make a lot of sense, since they are releasing 2 new versions, not two, like 2 new like colorings for the current system. Like, no, we're not working on something else. Buy this. Look at this cool thing.
Yeah, I mean, because if people know like, oh, we're gonna be releasing this in a year and a half, then they're like, well, I think I'm gonna hold off then and wait for the new system.
Joke's on them. I'm waiting anyways.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that worked the same way with us, anyways. With like the PS5, like what's the point of people who don't own a PS4 going out and buying a PS4 right now if they had been waiting for the PS5 and so if you wait for the PS5 to come out, the PS4 is going to be a little bit cheaper when it comes out, and so like I think that's what my brother-in-law did and stuff like that. So
I didn't quite follow the logic there. So you guys bought a PS5 because...
No, sorry. So like if someone only owned the PS3 and didn't own the PS4, but the PS5 is coming out soon, it's out now, but was coming out soon. Like, why would you go out and buy a PS4 right now, or at that time?
Yeah,
if
I got
the PS5 would, and then like.
Although if you wait for
in price, right? So.
Yeah, if you wait for the PS5 to come out, then yeah, like I said, the PS4 would be cheaper. Just guys, you guys stay a generation behind. Get all
That's
the
how I
cheap
got my
games.
N64 for $12. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's the way to do it. Just I not be on the times at all. Just be like 5 years behind. But then I'd be like in the Wii U era right now, and I don't know how happy I'd be.
I mean that works out for single player games, not so much for multiplayer games. You want to play with people.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're local multiplayer,
I'm hopping on. Hey, anybody
online.
want to play Mario Kart DS online? They've shut down that service a while ago. Yeah. Where are we going with this? I completely
I don't remember.
derailed.
We're in the realm of rumor.
Austrian retailer. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I want it to be a true rumor. I don't believe it though.
Yeah.
I think if we're seeing Breath of the Wild 2 this year, it's going to get a little bit more fanfare than like a drop, because this would be like in 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna
the shadow on the shadow drop would be heavy enough to kill people. Like you can't just shadow drop.
Sounds like the next name of a Fire Emblem game. The plot of a Fire Emblem. The shadow will be heavy enough to kill people. I think it'll be a holiday thing.
Yeah, I feel like it's got to be, or maybe they're saving their holiday release for Metroid Prime 4 because we know everyone
That's
should be a
too-
lot more hyped for Prime 4 because it's probably going to be a better game, sell more units.
Whoa! Listen, I'm excited for you for Metroid Prime 4, but I'm not going to start speaking blasphemous language like that here on this
Are
show.
you even planning on getting Metroid Prime 4?
Yes, I am. Especially if it has
And
multiplayer.
it'll be the only Prime game you've ever played?
Yes. Yep. Hey, release the collection on the Switch, please. I am getting a Wii U. I could get it up on
Metroid Prime was given a perfect score by like a bajillion people who rank games. I think they're like a 99 on Metacritic or something.
It will be okay. Metroid Prime 4 is going to release. Okay, here's my here's my coming in with. Oh, your video disappeared.
I'm looking up Metroid Prime to see what reviews it's got.
Metroid Prime 4 is going to release, and it is going to outsell the rest of the Prime series. For sure. That has happened with pretty much everything that is released on the Switch.
Oh, yeah. I guarantee
Luigi's Mansion, Pikmin, Animal Crossing, all have outsold their previous counterparts. Animal Crossing has outsold the entire series up to this point. And we didn't cover new numbers in the news just because I didn't gather everything together. But they sold 30 million units last year, in one calendar year. 30 million units for an exclusive title. That's insane. Insane.
It's like 45% attach rate or something.
Yeah. Well, and then people are playing it for 300, 400 hours. This game is getting some playtime. This game is just killing it.
So just quick question. When my video cuts out, do you see my very poorly photoshopped Dragon Ball Z picture?
Yeah, yep, we do.
I made it using like Python in one of my college classes. I needed to.
Oh, that's what that's from.
Stuff.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that. That was great. I photoshopped my son's head onto my body, and it was like horrifying. Like a baby head on.
Oh my gosh.
College, great time.
Yeah, really great. Yeah, he's probably over for some slightly more serious
entries,
submissions. Yeah.
But Metroid Prime 4, I do have faith that it is going to outsell. But will it outsell Breath of the Wild 2? Absolutely not. No way. It would be impressive.
It will if I burn down every factory making Breath of the Wild 2.
What on earth is wrong with you? Aren't you excited for this game? You're excited for both of these. You don't have to exclusively like one game.
Well, now I kind of feel like I do.
Yeah. This is the whole thing. We're going back to awakening the competitive nature in Micah gets to dangerous levels. Dangerous enough that he's willing to burn down factories that are producing Breath of the Wild 2? Insane.
Which might also be Metroid Prime, wouldn't they?
Yeah, it's probably same.
I don't know how these factory production of games work.
Well, you should probably look into it before you burn down the factory, just in case it is. Okay.
Well, when I'm in there burning down the factory, I can just snag a copy of Prime 4.
Right.
I'll make sure I'll save.
It's not about anybody else. It's all about Mike. Yeah, okay.
I'll make sure.
Something that way, and if you did that, you'd never be able to play with anyone else. How sad.
Only if they make it multiplayer,
which they better.
I'm hoping. Open
really
worlds. Co-op.
If you're hoping for that, then
calling it now.
You're probably going to be threatening to burn down the FBI may listen in on this podcast later. So
just to clarify for those listening, we're not
FBI.
burning down anything except for negativity towards Breath of the Wild 2 and Metroid Prime 4 both.
Wouldn't that require like burning people though?
No,
I feel like you just made this way worse.
No.
Where did I go to? What on earth?
All right. Well, I think we'll just close out the segment there. Burn this whole thing down.
Yeah.
And let's
maybe we can just cut that last little bit.
No, leave that in. This is good. This is good.
Let's
We
move
should definitely.
from the rumor mill to the last segment of our show, which is the community corner. And the community corner is brought to us by our awesome friends and fellow Nintendo pals over on Discord. You can join our Discord by following links in the podcast description. All are welcome.
Almost everyone is welcome. I mean,
We're
some people are
exclusive
just terrible people, and I'm sorry, but if you are just a terrible person, you're not welcome. But essentially, everyone is welcome.
If you're just a terrible person, you're not welcome. Yeah. So, this is a topic I brought up in our community corner discussion channel on Discord, which, real quick, Morgan, I'm getting an echo on your mic. I don't know.
Sorry. Yeah, it's because you can probably hear
I'm hearing
I
me
don't know.
slightly.
I'll turn it down just a wee bit and
But-
see how that goes. Okay, try that.
What? So I'll ask you. I'll pose this to you guys here. What are your thoughts on Wii U to Switch ports?
You should go first, Micah.
Well, considering I have a Wii U, I'm not that big of a fan, but I definitely understand it. Though, I mean, the Wii U did have some great games, actually. I'm not exactly sure why it sold so poorly. So it is a good thing that it allows a lot of people that never had the chance to play them. But, I mean, generally they're not too exciting for me. They're just the same game, because I've probably played most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bowser's Fury, though, that does add a little bit with the online multiplayer. So we need more ports like that.
More ports with more content.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it when they provide more stuff. But
But how many of these are they actually going to provide more stuff to? Like, realistically?
and
How many
most of the
these are
stuff
gonna
isn't
provide?
really that much more.
Yeah.
Me personally, I did not own my own Wii U console. My family had one, and I played quite a bit of yours, Micah. But I did miss out on a lot of these games, so I am enjoying having them ported over. I think overall it's been a good thing, and for the 70 million people that didn't have a Wii U that do have a Switch, it's probably been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I guess my
it's like,
Go ahead.
I was just about to say, I think the Wii U sold like 13 million or something, and I think the Switch is about up to like 80. So there are a lot of people that have a Switch that did not have a Wii U. Although I guess the Switch is a little more of a multiple console in the household.
That's true.
Console. But still.
Imagine that these
I
people
guess
that have more than one Wii U. What?
Yeah. I don't think too many people are doing that.
How many people do you think actually did that? Like, seriously, though.
Like 4. Considering how it sold, not many. Who knows? Maybe it would have sold worse, but one guy just had to have 2 million Wii U's for all of his friends,
Yeah,
I don't know.
and they
he
all
bought
lived
them and
together.
gave them out.
And yeah,
I do think the ports in general, I don't know how I feel about it. I like being able to play old games again, but
I would so much rather than put all that time into new
new
games.
Yeah, that's how I kind of feel. But I
But, I mean,
understand.
yeah, for those of us who haven't played all of the neat games that were on the Wii U, but I would still prefer something that was newer.
yeah, but at the
Personally.
same time, you're one of the 70 million, right? That hasn't played this before. So it is
Yeah,
essentially
you're
is
part of
new.
the problem.
Well, I mean, like, I did play them over with other friends and stuff. Like, if a friend had it, we would play it. Or, like,
Yeah.
But no, you're right. I didn't play most of them. I didn't play most of the games that were on there.
I completely agree with you. Like I do kind of wish it was just energy put into new stuff, but I'm okay with it. I'm not upset about it like some are, and it is rough because like the hardcore fan base was the one that bought the Wii U, right? And
Yeah.
they continue to just port stuff over that fan base has already played, so you're losing some of your hardcore audience. But there is still quite a bit of new stuff as well, and sequels, I guess, like Mario Maker 2, Splatoon 2.
Wild 2. Some
Yeah,
point.
I guess that was a Wii U. That was also a Wii U port, right?
Yeah. Or they really jumped from Wii to Switch for Prime 4.
Oh my gosh.
So I mean, I really didn't even need to buy a Wii U. Now that I think about it, it didn't even have a Metroid Prime game.
Or an original Zelda.
Now I feel stupid. Did it have? No. Yeah.
This
It had
realization.
It had Nintendo Land, which is one of the best games ever made.
How many times are we've both in this episode said this is like the greatest game of all time for multiple things.
Yeah.
We have our list. Nintendo Land is up
one
there.
Of the best.
Nintendo Land is up there.
Top 10.
Yeah. Nintendo Land's a fantastic game. And so let's get right to it. What Wii U games would you? So now that we've crapped on the idea of porting games over, what games would you like to see ported over that haven't been? I don't think Nintendo Land is possible. We've talked about it before.
No, you just need multiple Switches.
No, I don't want that. I just want a sequel that works solo on a Switch.
You literally have
Switches. You already
Switches.
have the setup for it, Andrew. Like you already have multiple Switches for it, so it shouldn't even be an issue, right?
I want the game to perform well, like sales-wise, and not everybody is in the situation with two Switches.
Well, with online play, as long as you have some friends, they still have the solo modes you could play by yourself. Maybe throw in some AI aspects so you can play by yourself the multiplayer ones. Some of them I
like Mario Chase.
So like the Mario, I remember it was called the Luigi's Mansion. The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
Legend
Legend of Zelda did have single player. Same with the Metroid game.
Oh yeah, so you could just go through solo. But it would be nice if you wanted to have some robots for those of us that don't have friends. Sequel
to that game. So do you guys
act like that's you, and yet here you are.
Yeah, I played through those with you. What am I?
We aren't that good of friends, y'all. We're more like acquaintances. Nintendo acquaintances.
For sure.
Nintendo Acquaintances, the new show. That's an episode. That's an episode title right there. So do you guys have any games that come to mind that you want ported over from the Wii U?
I honestly don't know enough Wii U games to even. I'm no help here really.
Yeah, I can't really think of any. I mean, I feel like Zombie U should have been given more of a chance than it had on the Wii U.
That was a good game.
But a lot of the cool aspects of it required the second screen.
Yep.
Because they had like times when you're like looking through your backpack, you have to like look down at your the gamepad while scary stuff could be happening on the screen. The same with like, I can't remember if there's like picking locks or something. You have to be like doing stuff on your gamepad and like glancing up at the TV every once in a while, make sure zombies weren't coming. So I thought that aspect was really cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, even Splinter Cell, I got that for the Wii U. They had lots of cool things like that where you stick your little camera antenna thing under a door. It shows up on the gamepad. You can still see stuff on the screen. So I feel like the Wii U had a lot of potential and some games took advantage of that and did a lot of cool things, but I just never really caught on.
Yeah, it kind of stinks because what a different world we'd be in right now if the Wii U had sold like the Switch. I love the Switch though, so
I'm hoping that the next Switch or whatever console they have combines both of them, so you can use the Switch essentially as a gamepad while still having it on the TV.
Why did they call it the Wii U instead of giving it a new name? Because honestly, this was back before I was very familiar with the Wii because we didn't own one personally, but I would have assumed at that point that the Wii and the Wii U were just the same unit, and that the Wii U was maybe like an add-on, oh, this is an extra camera thing. Oh, this is an extra, whatever, totally unreal, totally combined in. So I wouldn't have even gone after it. Is that why it sold so poorly?
That is definitely a factor.
Part of it, yeah. They didn't market it much. But yeah, I think they're trying to piggyback off the success of the Wii. But a lot of the casual people that got a Wii were confused by the Wii U, the name, and
I would have
what it actually was.
Yeah.
And I think they're the Wii was so popular, we don't really need to market the Wii U that much. People will know, essentially, and that did not happen at all.
Yeah, I wonder if that marketing comes around.
In addition, the games, the hardware was very unique with the dual screen setup, and so third-party support automatically cut third-party support crazy because they're not gonna, because every game you developed, you now had to figure out how to utilize that second screen, whereas if you were developing Call of Duty or whatever on Xbox and PlayStation and PC, now bring it over there. I mean, you could just have it run, but
Black Ops 2 actually, they had the gamepad was the radar, the map of the level you were playing on. So, and it if there's UAV going by, it would show people, and I use that a lot. I was a way bigger advantage than having to hit a button to pause and bring it up on your TV. You just glance down real quick.
Yeah, what I'm saying is features like that take
extra effort.
Yeah, take the extra effort, and for a system that had such a tiny install base because of all of these combined factors, it's not worth
fewer
it.
Indie developers and stuff like that would be involved probably and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's a lot of it. It seems
Oh, go ahead.
I would say I think pretty much all the third-party support it got was delayed, so it released on everything else, and they're okay, now we're bringing it to the Wii U.
Yeah,
it's well, yeah, everyone probably already has it by now.
Yeah, and you contrast that to how the Switch is doing with its indie scene, where the support there has really brought life to the system's eShop.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Yeah. It's been
a little too good. A little too much on there. But yeah. Well, as far as games that I'd like to see over there, I think low-hanging fruit, and it better come this year, is the ports of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD. Both of those were released at HD versions on the Wii U and slightly enhanced from their original releases. So I know it would be kind of weird because it would be a port of a port, but
yeah, would it be an HD? High def.
3 HD. Yeah. It'll be new Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD Deluxe.
Yeah.
Plus Ganon's Fury.
That would be great.
So done with all the deluxes. No more deluxe. Just give me a new one.
We'll put a plus at the end.
Yeah, that's much better.
Wait, what?
We'll just put a plus at the end.
Plus.
Oh.
Wind Waker HD Plus.
No.
I think I just nailed the title there, y'all.
I hope not.
Yeah, well. Get used to disappointment.
I'm a Metroid Prime fan.
Yeah, so
I'm used to disappointment.
I would like to see those over. And speaking of Metroid
The last
Prime,
few years, I should say.
Let's bring over the trilogy. Port that over.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would give some of us a chance to finally play it.
Morgan and Eli got me for a birthday gift Metroid Prime 3, and I tried it, and I didn't get into it. I gotta go back, try it again.
I don't know if Mike is upset because we didn't give it to him or because Andrew said he couldn't get into it.
It's the latter, for sure.
It's the latter.
He has this game.
To be fair, you hadn't played the first one yet, so I mean, storyline elements missing.
Right. Yeah, it does kind of just drop you in.
Yeah.
Don't worry, man. I'm getting Metroid Prime 4. If anything, just to support this unhealthy addiction you have. So...
I just don't know. I might actually be more upset that you're just skipping straight to Metroid Prime 4 without appreciating the first 3 in all of its glory.
What if it's like a good reset for the series, like a jumping on point for new players? That would make sense for them to do that. It does continue the story, but it's like the trilogy had a good wrap up, and so they had stuff that they kind of could.
I feel like each individual game I feel like had its own pretty decent wrap up.
Yeah. So let's go to the community for some ideas on games that come over. We've got DatFast on Discord. Our buddy from RetroLogic says, "Please give me Xenoblade Chronicles X." That's one that I think makes a lot of sense and would be really cool because then the entire Xenoblade series would be on Switch. Xenoblade Chronicles series.
That makes sense to me too. Says the person who has never played any Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah.
That actually seems like that would be a game that's like right up your alley, Morgan. That seems like the kind of one you'd get into based off of the games you enjoyed.
Yeah, although she didn't really enjoy Final Fantasy. But
no,
she enjoyed. She really liked Final Fantasy.
I really
guess
do
some
like
of them.
It just, no. I prefer, as an explanation, I prefer old top-down Pokemon games to the new stuff they have. I really am quite
I haven't played any of
turned
the new
off
stuff,
by the
so
new system. Man. So I preferred Final Fantasy 3/6. I don't know if it was 6 in Japan or something. I loved that graphics, but I did not enjoy the graphics of 7. I think that was what bothered me, is I couldn't, they were all cubey, and I didn't enjoy the look at all.
And you're playing. You're playing
up with it.
Yeah, you're playing years later as well. So to give
you're playing
context,
so you're one of those people that care just about graphics, essentially.
No,
as she says, she enjoys the old ones.
I tried going back to play Morrowind, I think, before Skyrim. Couldn't do it because the graphics were because I'd never tried it before.
A lot
Skyrim,
of those older games hold
or
up
XCOM.
better.
Like XCOM, I couldn't go back to XCOM after having played XCOM 2. So I have none of the pre-story. I have no idea any of the characters that came before, other than just references a little bit in XCOM 2 type deal.
Oh, just play Mario and Rabbids. It's basically the same.
Yeah, that's true.
It gives
very
you the
similar
entire
storylines.
Yeah, it gives you the entire story. to lead
I
up to
have them. I've
XCOM
played
2.
all of Mario and Rabbids, basically. Oh man, but yeah. I don't know. I have a hard time going backwards. Yeah, I guess looks wise, I feel a little bit silly about it. But
my opinion, there's a gap there in the video game history, and you get early PlayStation 1 and 2, N64, and original Xbox hasn't aged well graphically because it was kind of cutting edge 3D graphics, where 2D has aged really well. I don't think that look is going to come back because it was trying to achieve what now is achieved better, if that makes any sense. So it'll be hard to go back to that generation of games always, graphically. Yeah. Anyway. So Xenoblade Chronicles X, that fast suggestion. That's a good one. And then Dan, our other buddy from Retro Logic, says Star Fox Zero. So port that over to the Switch.
And keep the controls the same, right?
No, he wants the controls.
Because he is a big fan of the controls, if I remember correctly.
No, he is. He absolutely was like, just make them like the N64 controls. Get rid of the dual screen junk. And then it would just essentially
like the
be
controls.
Well, then it would just essentially be like a classic Star Fox game if they took those controls out. So, it does make sense, and it would work with the Switch setup. Might be a little bit more work because the game's not really designed that way, but not much. It's an on-the-rails shooter, so like.
What are you trying to say?
Not a ton that you have to change with the mechanics to get it to work. My opinion.
It's not a semi-rails shooter.
Semi-rails. Yeah, I guess there's those fights that are
it's
open areas.
Well, it's more like there's the camera is on rails, but you can do whatever you want.
Fly off screen.
Almost.
And then we have $2 Hero, our buddy Seth from All N podcasts. He also hit on the Zelda HD games and Xenoblade Chronicles X, but he threw in another one here. He says, I'd also personally love to see Yoshi's Woolly World ported over, because even though we've got Crafted World on the Switch, I much prefer Woolly World. I also think it's different enough to justify a port with the new Poochie content that they brought for the 3DS version, because they did port that to 3DS.
What?
Poochie, the dog, the little yarn dog.
Poochie.
He was on the Yoshi ride. He was on the Yoshi ride. Going back to that, he had a little cameo on a Yoshi ride. Not really a cameo if it's your game.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Such disrespect calling it a cameo in his own game.
I think that's a good one. I did not play Woolly World and would like to play that one. I tried the Crafted World demo and was like, yep, I'm not getting this. I think my kiddos would like it, but we have a lot of other games to play, so it's just not high on the list to get games. Yeah. Besides that, I can't really think of anything else. There were some good thoughts here on the Wii U ports in general. We have Third Strongest Mole from Discord says, Wii U ports are fine, but I haven't been buying them and don't expect me to be excited for them because I've played the games before.
Yeah.
Kind of just says it how it is. Yeah. It's like, I've played them before. They're fine if they're there. And that's kind of my attitude, but I also missed out on a lot of these games. Like I didn't play Pikmin 3, so we got Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Really enjoying that. Super fun. Oh, I didn't talk about that and what I've been playing, but I'll talk about it next time because I'll probably play some more. Playing co-op with my wife. Very fun. And then Spider-Shan gives a pretty good little thought here. He says, I'm fine with the ports because it gives some great games another chance. And he picks and chooses what to buy. So, like, depending on if he feels like the extra content is worth it, he'll go in and buy it. So I'll kind of read through here. He says, I both want and don't want Zelda HD games to come to Switch. They are fantastic, but if they come to Switch, I will feel compelled to buy them again with no added incentive other than on the go play. They would almost certainly release separately and for full price. But I love Zelda, so I would probably buy again, just like I did when they released the first Hyrule Warriors game after I had the Wii U and 3DS versions. Everybody's got that game that they'll be like, I'll buy that again because I like it so much. Morgan's is Skyrim. I think you bought that game like 4 times, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's still only like 12% of the versions.
Which... yeah, basically. Eli gets Rocket League for every system he has.
It's free now,
PC,
so at least that's
Switch. Well,
at
at the
least
time it wasn't.
yeah.
When he bought them, they were not.
So he's paid like well over full price for a free game.
But he's also put in the hours to
Buy it.
to make sense. I guess. I can't really. I mean, I hate saying that, but he really has put in the hours to justify it. So
Playing on the go is a pretty big incentive. I've been playing Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, and it's just like, man, there's so many times I wish I could just like play this on the go, well, maybe getting some cereal or something. But I'm stuck in this room that's like 38 degrees, and it's real cold.
This is a good question, though. Is there a game that you would for sure buy on every system? Like if they release it, it's like, yeah, I will buy. For me, Ocarina of Time is that way. I will buy it on every system.
Interesting. You don't have it on the GameCube.
Well, you can't buy it separately. Wasn't it a bonus with like another? You had to buy like a bonus. It was
kind of like a bonus with disc itself. The Master Quest mode or whatever.
Yeah. The
same game but harder and new puzzles.
But I got it on
so
N64.
Hard.
I also purchased it on 3DS, and if I had a GameCube, I would have bought it on the GameCube too.
All I'm hearing is it sounds like you're not that big a fan of Ocarina of Time.
All right. I'm a huge fan of Ocarina of Time, sir. Thank you.
Okay. I guess I'll take your word for that, even though your actions speak otherwise.
I can't think of any other game that I would be like, yeah, I'll buy. Well, Twilight Princess, but again, I didn't have a Wii U, so
interesting.
I didn't buy it.
You don't have it on the Wii U.
Micah, is there a game? Well, let's shift focus away from my buying habits that you like to make fun of. No,
I think maybe Metroid Prime. I don't know. I've bought that on every system / bundle I could. So yeah, I guess there is.
Metroid Prime.
But if they came out again on the Switch, I probably wouldn't. A, because I'm very broke, and 2, I have them twice already.
Wait, did you say
you
A
listed
and then
with
2?
A and then 2?
Oh, I did.
You totally did.
On purpose. Yeah, to confuse someone.
Make sure you're paying attention.
Exactly, yeah.
Morgan, are there any other games that you are a for sure purchase on every system?
Well, thus far.
I mean, I feel like there has to be some sort of difference between the systems to warrant. Like Xbox and PlayStation, I feel like are essentially the same thing. Like,
yeah, no. What I'm saying is, Spider Shan is saying that he will buy it if there's absolutely no change made, and it's on the Switch, just for the on the.
Yeah, but
the only benefit is on the go, and it's and he's pointing out like that's not really a reason to buy it, but I'll buy it.
It's a pretty good incentive, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I did buy, like, just going back to Skyrim.
She did buy Skyrim on the Switch, right?
Yeah, I got, like, PS3, PS4, Switch.
Are you going to get on the PS5?
PS5 yet, but, I mean...
Think of the graphics.
I guess the graphics improved some, and I did get DLC, or excuse me, were the expansions, or what, for the PS4? And the Switch?
I don't know. I've never actually bought Skyrim.
Have you played it?
I have. I've beaten it, actually.
Hey, I was like, I don't know if we can continue this conversation any further.
I had only been Xbox for like a year and a half. So I played Fallout as well.
Yeah, everybody's very defensive of their IP. They like that. Micah's rubbing off on you, Morgan. I think that's.
I
don't think we can talk to each other anymore if you haven't played Skyrim. How dare you?
And not only played Skyrim, but you have to have played through it on multiple systems.
I did. What?
Not you specifically, just in general.
Oh, in order to be Morgan's friend, that's like a requirement. Yeah.
I'd never said that, but it does make sense.
The question is, are you going to get it for VR then?
No, okay, that is the one exception. I have played it on VR, and it makes me sick, so I can't. I don't think that is so far with any.
You're not
VRs
just
that
going to push through it?
No, I can't. Like it's like you trying to push
Wow.
through the rock climbing. Or was that Andrew?
Oh,
The rock climbing game.
that rock climbing game is
Man.
rough.
The rock climbing? What? That one's like one of the most moderate.
No.
No, I mean I liked it. I didn't feel sick with that one, but I think Andrew kind of felt sick with it. A
No.
little.
I got sick after like one level.
What?
I'd be like, I can't do another level. Yeah, man.
That was. I mean, I get pretty bad in a lot of games. I don't think I got very sick in that one.
I'm
But
pretty
I
sure
just
you
pushed
did.
through
And
it
you were,
until I
you were
feel
like,
like I'm gonna die.
you were like, you should stand up and maybe just like take breathers between the levels because there is that one had a lot of motion because you're moving with your cam. It just was weird with the movement. Any
Which is
game
probably why
where
it
you're
was so
grabbing
hard for
things and throwing yourself just makes me sick.
The Echo Arena actually wasn't too bad for me, and that's like zero gravity.
Yeah, that one
Don't
I
know
got
how.
nauseated within 30 seconds. Like it was oh, that was bad. I like VR a lot.
Have you guys tried any of the like YouTube 3D videos on VR on any VR? I don't know what they're like on
Nope.
other ones, but on the Oculus 2. Oh my gosh, like I watched one where it's a YouTube video where you can look 360 at and not 3D 360 at underwater at a shark dive, and it's not sharks I'm afraid of. Like I didn't even see the sharks yet. I hadn't gotten to that part. But like I looked down and I could see fathoms below me and I was like I had to like even to Eli, and he was making fun of me. He wasn't making fun of me for it, but he was like,
Well, he
"Really?"
should have been. I'm just
It was
kidding.
like, guys, if you have not tried that, it is the most terrifying. Like,
Everything's
it's
scarier in
racing.
VR because you don't have
Oh, yeah.
peripheral vision.
Oh, yeah.
And it feels like you're walking around with like binoculars on almost.
Yeah.
Even though you do have a
Lower.
pretty good breadth of field, but it's just I don't know. Maybe it's just horror gaming in general has ruined VR culturally, but I just am expecting something to jump behind me and scare the crap out of me the whole time. I'm like, even in games where it doesn't make any sense, and games where it's not on purpose, like Robo Recall has.
Oh
Like
man,
those
No, that one
spiders
can be
that-
intense.
that jump up behind you. I don't think those are intended to scare you, but
think
when
they
you
are.
turn and
I
they
think
are
they are.
mid jump,
Not that scary.
Kind of. They're quite.
My
startling.
mom would agree with you, though. Yeah, she got to that point and she noped out of that game right away. Like 15 seconds in.
Oh man, that's funny. No, but in my defense for the shark video, I can't. I don't like oceans. I mean, like I love the ocean, but I hate the ocean. I can't be in open water like that. The idea of all that water below me, like that's probably my my phobia. If I had one. Yeah. Oh man.
If you had
Aquaphobia.
one,
No, can't do
are
it.
you trying to say you have no other phobias?
Not that I'm aware of. Like I can deal with spiders. Like they're gross, but they don't like freak me out, and I can't think of anything else.
So you're
water?
Wait
afraid
till
of
you-
like
wait
falling
till
into
you
an
watch-
alkaline bath?
What? What?
You aren't like
What?
afraid of falling into an alkaline bath?
it's a very
What
It
is
is-
that? An alkaline bath?
Theoretically,
where- that's
the
so
most painful way to
specific.
die. Just saying.
Oh, is it? What is alkaline?
the stuff in batteries.
Yeah, it's corrosive, but not super corrosive. So it
Like,
corrodes
where would you fall
slowly.
into an alkaline bath? My God.
Oh, it's a thing. I'm pretty sure with like cars to help
This
remove paint off things.
I'm
and-
sorry, guys.
things like that.
I've gotta like end this here. Where the heck are we going
probably
with this
good.
conversation? This episode has gone fairly long, so I think that was a great spot to wrap up the community corner with alkaline baths and
Yeah, whenever my
VR
phone's about to
oceans.
and
die,
burning down
I know
factories.
every time my phone's about to die, I know I can just end the podcast by bringing up alkaline. So
Thank you so much to the community that responded to that question, and yeah, if you want to jump over there and share your thoughts on the topic of Wii U ports and Switch backwards compatibility, that kind of stuff, it is interesting. This has not happened before for a Nintendo system, and I can't think of a game system at all that has ever had this kind of market where they have a library of games that they're basically tapping into as if they're new games. And I hope this doesn't become a normal thing, but it seems like that's kind of the way things are going. A lot of remasters and remakes are coming out recently.
Yeah.
Demon Souls just recently got remastered. You've got
Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy VII was a big one. Yeah.
But that was a really wise decision. Like it's a beautiful game.
I mean, I feel like in most times they're a good decision. They tend to sell quite a bit for less effort than creating a new game.
Yeah. So with that, I guess we'll wrap up the episode here. And this actually is a remake of an episode that we just tried to record.
Yeah, that's true.
No, so we had an episode that Micah and I recorded solo yesterday, and I somehow did not capture any of Micah's audio, and I certainly hope that this is working this time. We tested it pretty heavily beforehand. And, I mean, it worked out because we got to have Morgan here for the episode, and we basically covered all different stuff than what we did in the last episode. So add that to the Lost Levels collection that we are putting together. That's not true. I'm deleting these because they take up a lot of space. So, anywho. With that, special thanks to VGR for the intro that we use for our podcast. And if you like what you hear from our podcast here, be sure to subscribe to us on your podcast listening app of choice. If you're watching the video version of this on YouTube, again, please hop over and give us a subscription. It really helps us out. Hit the like button and the share and all those good buttons. Don't hit the bad ones. The report, that's not a good one. Don't hit that. But you can hit the bell to get notifications of more stuff coming out there. I do plan to release more videos in the future, but for now, we're just doing the podcast. We'll see what happens. And yeah, if you would like to join up our Discord, links to that are in the description below. Seriously, it's a great community. We've got a great gaggle of people over there, lots of pals, and we're all talking gaming stuff. We've got fellow podcasters. Morgan's been sharing her artwork over there with ceramics. Let's see, what other stuff have we been talking about? We got board game discussion. It's kind of all over the place, but we're all Nintendo fans. You don't even have to have a Switch. I think we have a couple people in the Discord that do not own a Switch themselves.
As long as you've played Metroid Prime.
No, that's not a requirement. So
feel free to join. Welcome if you have not played my Metroid Prime.
My Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
No, that was a stumble, a stutter.
Yeah, Andrew, you might have to actually leave the Discord now that we're implementing this new rule.
Yeah, I have to leave. I have to leave the Discord that we manage. Well, with that,
then I would have to manage everything, so that's a bad idea. Never mind, you can stay.
With that, thank you guys so much for listening, and follow us on social media with Twitter, Instagram. We're at Nintendo Pals and at Nintendo Pals Podcast on Instagram. Yeah. So, with that, let's close out this episode. Morgan, could you give us a closing remark?
Yeah. I just wanted to reassure the FBI who may be listening in on this that Micah is not a serial killer. Planning on bathing people in alkaline baths or whatever.
Whoa. I just never mentioned that I would do that. I just don't want that to happen.
Oh, okay. And he also is not actually planning on burning down any factories. So you can just check him off your list. I just wanted to reassure everyone of that, just in case they...
That's a great closing remark. A good PSA.
Yeah.